Namaste and welcome again to your weekly wellness tune-up on the Awaken Living podcast with Bodhi. This week, we're going to look at building a sacred space in your home, making your home a sacred space. And this is a short practice that anyone can do to bring more harmony, more presence, and vitality into our home and into our life. And what that ultimately means is creating your home as a sacred sanctuary, as a temple, a space that nourishes the mind, that uplifts our spirit and supports our healing, our expansion, our growth. And we're going to look at this from the Vedic and Ayurvedic principles. I'm very excited to share with you Real Mushrooms, the sponsor of the Awaken Living podcast. I use their mushrooms every single day because they've genuinely changed my life. I trust them because they have 50 years of expertise and use 100% organic mushrooms. 0 grains, 0 fillers, which are found in most common mushroom products on the market. They use just real, organic, clinically tested mushrooms. Every morning, I use lion's mane to sharpen my thinking. I use cordyceps to give me the clean energy I need for the day. I use chaga to strengthen my immune system. And when stress hits, and it does, I use reishi to bring me back to center. With their products, you actually feel the difference. For the month of December, Real Mushrooms has offered all Awaken Living with Bodhi podcast listeners 25% off their entire first order. So if you type in Awaken25 at checkout, you get 25% off your whole first order. You can find their link in the show notes or visit nabodhi.com/mushrooms to get yours today. In the Vedic tradition, our home isn't just where we sleep at night. It's an extension of our energy field, and the quality of the environment that we live in directly affects our prana, that's our life force, and our ojas, our vital energy. And it can be of any of the gunas. Our house can be sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. The sattvic space is a clean, well-organized space where the energy flows well. In a rajasic space, there's messes everywhere. Nothing is clean. The dishes are sitting in the sink. And in a tamasic, that's a house filled with stuff that we don't need. It's like hoarding. So the sacred space in our home is a place where we can reconnect to our center, recharge, and remember who we are beyond the daily schedule, the daily demands. One of the crucial things, not just in the Vedic tradition, in all traditions, is incorporating the 5 elements. In Ayurveda, in Native American wisdom, in indigenous wisdom, all matter. Our bodies, our home, our emotions are made up of the 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. And having all these elements represented in our house is really good. Space is just the space you have in your house. It leaves an openness. So when the house is cluttered, we don't feel like we have a lot of space, and we can't be still and meditate and go within in a cluttered room, in a cluttered mind. The internal is a reflection of the external and vice versa. Air is the movement and lightness. And so we want to have our space well aired, uncluttered, fresh air circulating. We can have aromatherapy, an essential oil diffuser, beautiful natural incense, things like that. Just allowing fresh air, flow of air, clean air. Fire, that's the Agni, that's transformation, that's warmth. And if you live in a really warm place, you don't want to have a fire, but we can have candles, we can have salt lamps, we can have ghee lamps, we can have well-lit sunshine coming into the house. And if you do live in a colder place, having a warm fire in the house is just beautiful. Meditating on fire, on a candle flame, on a lamp, or on an actual fire is just an incredible way to purify the mind, to clarify the mind. It's that fire of transformation. And then water represents flowing adaptability. And so having a small fountain in the house, having fountains outside the house, if that's not possible, having a bowl of water on the altar, things like that. Having calming blues like the ocean in the house, those are really good colors to have a house, or at least decorate it with some things that are that color. And then the earth element, because that provides our stability and grounding. And we can create this through natural materials. I love having stones, rocks, crystals, plants, all the things that represent the earth element. So having the 5 elements represented either on the altar or just throughout the whole house. And if we balance the elements in our sacred space, in our temple, externally, we can those can serve as a reminder to balance them within. In the Vedic traditions, vastu, which is equivalent to feng shui, is the spatial harmony. So having vastu, you can consult a vastu therapist if you want to get, or a vastu specialist if you want to get really specific. But it's basically the science of spatial alignment, teaching us how to harmonize the space with the laws of nature. So placing the temple, the altar, the meditation place where there's natural light. Ideally, we want to face east or north when meditating. Those are the directions of the sunrise and higher consciousness. That's really good. And just making sure the space is uncluttered and energetically flowing. And we can't always have our house exactly according to Vastu. So having yantras, these geometrical patterns in the house made of either printed or copper or 5 metals is really good. And always we want to incorporate that sattvic quality in our house, that quality of clarity, of lightness, of peace. And that just means having the house clean, having it free from clutter, excessive decorations overwhelm the senses. And we can have these yantras, we can have mala beads, we can have crystals, images of gods, goddesses, deities, whatever inspires devotion, having plants, having crystals, soft natural colors like oceanic blues, whites, greens, just natural, calming, soothing, sattvic energy in the house. And it is good to have a ritualistic space, a sacred space for meditation, for yoga, for contemplation. And that's a place we can go to begin the day with meditation, with chanting mantras, doing breath work, doing quiet reflection. We can light the lamp or the candle and gaze at that for a while and then visualize that inner flame, offering fresh flowers or water or herbs as an act of devotion and reverence. And over time, that space starts to build up a frequency. When you go to a sacred place, a temple, you feel a different frequency, a higher vibrational pattern, a deep peace. So your sacred space, whether it's a whole home or one spot in the house, becomes a sanctuary of healing and stillness. So our sacred space, it shouldn't just be a corner of your home. It's a reflection of our internal space. So it should be the whole home. And when we care for it, we're caring for ourselves. We're caring for our inner world. And if you do have one spot, even just 5 minutes a day in that space really transforms your whole home, your home environment. And so our home becomes a temple of peace. Our heart becomes the altar. May the temples of our house hold peace. May our walls hold peace. May we carry the air of prayer. May our floors remember the softness of our steps. And may the light in our sacred space mirror the light in our own heart, ever steady, ever pure, ever in love. Until next time, walk gently, live fully, fill your heart with love, express it in everything you do, and let the sacred live within you and without you, meaning outside of yourself, inside of yourself. Your whole life becomes sacred. Namaste.